Ready up for Cyber Lunch.
Whoa.
Whoa. What was that?
I don't know. Where's Darrell?
I don't know. Did he? That was weird.
Weird.
That was strange. That took me.
He just vanished.
Yeah, it's Dusty. Man.
He said something about not feeling so good, and he's gone.
Caught me on like the ashes or
Darrell,
where are you?
my love. Well, duty calls, Jacob.
Yeah, I guess the show must go on. I guess
2-man crew. We got to carry that extra weight.
I mean, we did it without you. I guess
we got to really up the ante.
Yeah, up the ante
to get into Darrell's mood. All right, we're giving away prizes. Cash.
Cash.
I am a robot car, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
What is
I
it?
am a car. I will get you to your car. There we go. That's a little tribute to Darrell, I guess. That's strange. Anyway.
Well, give it a week. Maybe he'll be back for the next episode.
Yeah, hopefully it'll.
But with that being said, duty calls, like I said. Welcome back to the lunch table, Jake, at least.
Oh, yeah.
And all you guys.
I'm Jake.
I'm Justin. And welcome to Cyber Lunch. We are a weekly podcast that deals with the nostalgia reflected and integrated into our everyday lives through growing up in the digital revolution, plus a plethora of tangents and passionate discussions, with occasional special guests, and our favorite music, movies, and television shows, and video games of the past and today.
Today.
In the present.
What's up?
Not much, man. What's new? What you been doing?
Gaming. Darrell left me God of War to play around with.
Sounds like forever now.
Well, hopefully it's a week. I might need all that time to do it. I'm about 25-ish hours in, I suppose. No, it can't be that many. 20 hours, probably.
Do you still have his Switch, too?
No, he came and got that.
Oh, yeah.
To bring it to wherever the hell he went to.
He knows he's going somewhere.
Yeah. And then I've been playing Destiny a lot. That new DLC for it came out and sparked my interest again. There's a lot of new people playing online, and it started feeling like the old times again for a little bit. I don't know how long it'll last, but because we have to wait till the fall for the next thing.
What changed that the DLC did that?
Well, the story's better than Osiris was. It's longer. A little bit longer. It's not that much longer, but it's more interesting. The area that you're exploring on Mars is awesome. New weapons and armor and stuff. Everything looks really sick, and they upped the difficulty, so it's not just like a cakewalk anymore. They did a lot of changes to the exotic weaponry and things like that, and there's a lot of secrets and like codes to unlock and things that people haven't figured out in the first 32 hours of the game. Things like that.
Or 32 days, depending on who you are.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. There was a guy from Alabama that jumped in with me and Balam when we were playing, and because he wanted to do the Nightfall, and he jumped into our party. Normally nobody says anything. We just are talking, and he jumped into our party, and we gamed with him all day, and then they want to do a raid tonight, and I'm going to jump in there.
Roll Tide.
So, well, he's from Alabama, but he lives in Kansas right now.
Go Chiefs. Go Royals, I guess.
Royals, yeah. But not as much as the Twins, but whatever.
That's a different story.
They had a 5-game winning streak going.
There's
and then
plenty of season to lament and woe.
Anyway, what have you been up to?
I beat Far Cry 3.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's
I can
right.
stop talking about it.
Yeah.
So, you asked me how the ending was, and I guess there's 3 endings. 2 regular endings and a secret ending.
I did not know that.
The secret ending, I guess you get at the beginning by not arresting the main antagonist when the sheriff asks you to arrest him. I guess if you don't do anything, I guess you get a secret achievement and an ending.
That's like in 3 or 4.
I think, yeah.
You just sit at the table. Yep.
And then there's a final decision at the end, right before the boss. Well, not the boss necessarily, just depending on your ending, right before your ending, that you get to make a decision.
Who was
and
it?
I guess I got the good ending, but it was still pretty messed up.
That kind of game, you kind of want the bad one, though.
I don't know. It sounded like I read the bad one, and I was like, Oh, okay. This one sounds a little bit better. It's still not a good situation.
Yeah,
For
none of them have been.
a lot of people.
A lot of people. Oh.
But
Which was your favorite of the siblings?
I really liked them, man. I like that whole dichotomy.
Me too.
Yeah, because I really liked Faith, and like she was like just like that outcast nobody, and he like,
Trippy.
took her in, and she just like, yeah, became like this seductive goddess that used like drugs to her advantage and
Yep.
stuff, and
That was what brought me back to Far Cry 3.
yeah,
Those parts.
Yeah,
where she
yeah.
would just appear, you'd start hallucinating. And
yeah,
appear,
because they did a lot of that with like the vegetation and stuff in
Yep.
3.
They're very distinct though. Like the first brother was all like heavy armor, or no, that's the third guy. Third guy was like all heavy armory and
Yeah, he's like one of those survivalists
Yep.
and stuff, and he's like all into like you said, calling the herd, like killing like people who are just weak or
Yep.
unworthy and stuff.
Thanos. In other
Yeah.
words, pretty much. Yeah.
I think I really liked Faith. I think she was kind of my favorite.
I think so too.
Because it was like,
She was hot.
well,
Is
she
that-
was, yeah, she was cute, but it was like she wasn't scary like right up front. Like either of those two other dudes, I'd be like, those guys were freaky as hell.
Yeah.
But she was just scary like on a deeper level.
Well, she was like really trying to talk you into their whole thing.
Yeah.
Like she was
yeah.
the serpent,
She
like
was
that guy
or
said.
like a siren kind of. Yeah.
Yep. The guy said, "Don't listen to what she says." That
That's
whole
true.
part where everybody was like hypnotized by her, it was crazy. It kind of went off the rails, but in a good way.
The game kind of needed that, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, it would have
Yeah.
kind of became a little just monotonous, like just running through Montana.
Well, good
But
job
I really
on
enjoyed it.
Good job on beating a big
Yeah,
ass
man.
game.
And I like what took me so long is I like basically 100% of it. I found a lot of like the collectibles and stuff, and did all the side missions and
Nice.
did all the stashes and unlocked all the strongholds and
And yet you will not play Assassin's Creed Origins and do all the same
I don't
thing.
own it.
Well, it's the same thing. It's just third person, not shooter.
Well, maybe I like to shoot.
Yeah. Well, I can't blame you there.
Yeah. That's about it. I don't know. Have you seen any good movies?
That's debatable.
Okay.
I've seen a
Well,
good.
let's talk movies. You
I
want to
said-
talk movies
yeah,
first? Let's go
okay.
right into it.
So I watched Black Panther, and I don't get what the hubbub is. I don't
Okay.
get it. There's part
You
like
need to elaborate. And
Okay.
Give people your reasoning.
I feel like if
Show
I,
your work.
I feel like if I would have seen this in the theater, I would have liked it a little bit more
Probably.
because visually, there's the set pieces and the design of everything is pretty tight.
Not like you have a small TV,
No, but
but still, it's
still
Marvel.
not. Yeah.
IMAX
So-
especially.
It also suffers from the there's Black Panther, right? The main dude, T'Challa or whatever his
Yeah.
name is, and he's in his Black Panther outfit, right?
Which is sick.
Right. And then there's Killmonger, who's the bad guy.
Which I heard is like a pretty sweet villain.
I highly disagree.
Really?
And this is where I come from.
Okay.
First of all, Michael B. Jordan is a shitty actor. I don't care
I don't
what
really
anybody
like
says.
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to put that out there. Then his suit is Black Panther, but with gold trimmings. Like,
What's his suit look like?
oh yeah, I'll look it up. But anyway, how can I do that fast? I'm on the Git here. Here, we'll just do this images. But well, let me do this first. I just got to finish explaining. All
Okay.
it is another version. Okay, Iron Man 1. Remember at the very end, Tony, and he had to fight. What's his name in the bigger Iron Man suit.
Iron Dude.
Yeah, and it was just, and everybody complained about how like a lot of the Marvel movies it's just another version of the good guy.
Yeah.
Like Ant-Man, the last Ant-Man with the
Yeah.
fucking guy in the wasps or that crazy suit, but it's just another Ant-Man. I don't know, and the acting I thought was super poor. I thought that the action was super poor.
Really? How so?
So heavily on special effects.
Yeah, Killmonger kid's costume. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I want to look like him.
It relies so heavily on special effects that I didn't think were good. I mean, this kind of gives you an idea what they are. But it's basically Black Panther with all this gold stuff around it.
Oh, okay.
Like that's it.
Okay.
And this is him otherwise.
His hair looks kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like, I mean, this is him right here, and then he wears this mask at one point too.
Oh,
It's
that
like
mask
some
is kind
tribal
of sweet
mask.
though.
Yeah, but whatever. So it's just another thing, and it had no real consequences on the whole Infinity War scope, like Iron Man and everything in between had. It kind of stood alone by itself, other than it being a safe haven for.
When did you watch
other
Black
heroes.
Panther?
the other day, like 2 days ago.
When did you said you saw Avengers eventually?
Yeah, I watched Infinity War again twice now.
After Black Panther? Or before again?
After. Because I watched
Okay.
Infinity War with you guys for my birthday.
Yep.
Watched Black Panther like
A week after.
4 days ago.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I went and saw Infinity War 2 days ago with Ina. And it
Did that change much? Because
no,
I was like,
it mattered. Oh,
did you recognize like the sets though? Like were there fighting and is that?
Yeah, in Wakanda.
Yeah, Wakanda.
Yeah, I mean that's in there. But this one had Andy Serkis was in this, and he was a really good character, but he was only in half the movie, and it was like, oh. And then after that, it was like, well, what's the state? What are we doing here? It's just fighting.
Is it long? That's what she said.
No, it was fairly short. Here's a better picture of it right here. This big one right here. That's basically, and that's it. And he has his own powers.
Well, I kind of like that mouth on it, though. It kind of has like a venomy looking thing going, or like a, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't understand the 1.4.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker, wonderful.
Yeah, the $1.4 billion thing that everybody's going to see this
Oh,
thing.
is he in it?
Yes. No. So, I mean, that's just how it is for me. I'm not, it just wasn't that great. But on the other hand, I watched Annihilation.
Ah, yes. Me and Darrell talked about this a few episodes ago, I believe.
I highly recommend that movie.
Yeah.
That movie's messed up. I was wondering when Darrell was telling me there was a part in the theater when he was gripping his armrests in the theater because he was so tense. And I thought it was a crocodile scene. And then we got to the bear scene. And I was like, oh.
That's right.
Nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Is that part. Great movie. I don't want to give too much away if you haven't seen it. But if anybody's seen Ex Machina, it's the same director. Can't remember his name. You know his name, don't you?
Garland? Alex Garland?
I don't know. But anyway, it's you talk about it a little bit.
You have a tab open for it.
Oh yeah, there it is right there.
It's basically it's a story about a small like covert ops unit that's like government run that is investigating like this weird zone that's like, it's basically like, I don't know, it's like a big bubble that's like an alien quarantine zone kind of. Like,
Well,
it's
a
like,
comet hits Earth, or
Oh,
like
that's
an
right.
asteroid hits the lighthouse.
That's right. See, it was a book too.
Right, by
And I can't remember what
Jeff Vandermeer.
Yeah, that's the
Vandermeer.
one. I
Yep.
read it.
Did you? Was the
And
book
Alex
good?
Garland. It's a lot different.
Is
a
it?
lot different.
Is it more technical?
It's more, I don't know what.
Oh, really?
It's really weird.
Yeah, Natalie Portman.
Yeah, it's
Jennifer
basically
Jason Leigh.
it's like a quarantine zone that the government set up around like a comet and an alien presence that's like kind of changing the environment to it.
It was like an ever expanding bubble.
Yeah, and
That was-
it's expanding,
Yep.
and it's like, okay, we need to visit this and figure out what's going on because it's.
And they
it's
sent
gonna-
other teams in, and nobody's come back
That's right.
except for one, her husband,
Yep.
and
That's right.
played by the man Oscar Isaac.
Oh yeah, that's
the
right.
man.
Yeah.
Ex Machina too. Why he's just like, I don't feel so well, or he's like, she's like, how did you get here? And he's like, I recognized the picture, and that's the first thing he remembered when he came in the door. That was so sick,
Yeah.
and
That
just how
movie's super
yeah,
trippy.
and very disturbing. Like it's but if you really look into deep on what it's actually trying to say, it's got a lot of little duality tones in there, like your self-destructive side and all these other things.
Yeah, there's definitely themes and stuff abound.
Yeah, very visual.
It's really good though.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's
yeah, it's
very
tense and it's a good story.
Yep. I was happy that I watched it. I'm glad I found it. It's something I'll watch multiple times.
It was a failure at the box office.
It was a huge bomb.
Grossing only $42 million.
That's crazy. It was
And
released.
that's how much it cost to make.
It was released originally and digitally by Netflix overseas, everywhere but US.
I remember hearing that.
And
yeah.
they wanted to make it a theater movie here to make more money, and it went
and
bad.
they did not.
Which sucks because people.
I did not.
Yes, and it sucks because people didn't see an actual good movie. You don't get to see these kind of movies very often. They don't come around very often anymore. Where it's something
Especially
original.
sci-fi. Sci-fi is
Yep.
like, it sucks these days, and nobody
Yep.
tries it anymore.
And this is what everybody wants and complains about. It's an all-female cast, right?
That's well, and it is in the book.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so let's go see and it's a good one. It's not Ghostbusters, that stupid garbage fire, This is actual good movie with an original plot, and it's not heavily sci-fi, but it's just a good movie. It's a good thriller.
I like Natalie Portman in it. Oh yeah, Jennifer Jason Leigh. I forgot she's still around. And yeah,
Man,
she
looks weird.
She was like super creepy.
But it was good because of her motivation. You're like, okay, that's why she really doesn't care. She just played a character that just didn't really give a shit about.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, yeah, it was good. Tessa Thompson, Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, which I still need to see.
Yeah, you do. I gave you it.
I know, and finally got it working, so I need to watch it now.
But yeah, great movie. Highly recommend it. I'm sure it'll be on Netflix here very soon.
I'm surprised it isn't. It went live on Netflix on March 12th in other countries, so what's it? April 12th tomorrow, so a month
Did it really
ago.
only come out that long ago?
No, the movie came out here, I think, in January.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
So they had probably like a overseas embargo or something to try and make money over here first. And
well, it sucks because it's a good movie. Anybody that sees it sees it on Netflix or something.
Yeah, if you're into sci-fi or aliens or not even necessarily aliens, because it's the wrong word for it.
Like
just a sci-fi, otherworldly kind of.
Your favorite sci-fi mystery, 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yeah,
like that kind of feel. It's like that, just alone,
and kind of like The Abyss too, where it's just like, what is going on? You just in a world you don't really know.
Yep.
And
small
anything
crew,
can just
small crew. Of everybody. It's all the red shirts.
I like those.
I do too.
Speaking of small crew, I don't mean to segue like Darrell and hopefully cut you off. And like that's a feel, like especially in sci-fi, that's a feel, and that like kind of passes it on into the feel of the movie. A trailer came out last week for a movie that originally definitely had that feel, and this trailer does not. It does not.
It does not.
And we're talking about Shane Black's The Predator.
Ick.
Yeah. We just watched it again for the second time. I stalled like you did. I didn't watch it. I'm just like,
Balam posted it, and he's like, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah." And that's all he said. We weren't like, "Predator's coming," but like it's back. It's overly complicated. It's doing too much.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it.
It's everything the other ones have been.
That's why Arnold movies are the greatest, because it's not.
Yeah, it's
like his most complicated movie is probably Running Man.
Dude, take Annihilation and drop Predator in there. Like seriously.
Absolutely.
It's just
and you could cut out half the story just to save time and
You don't even have to have Predator against humans. It could have been a story about Predator going to another planet.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Yeah.
Just instead of make Avatar, just do Predator.
Let's go into the
Predator
lore.
world.
Yeah, let's go into the lore of Predator. How about that? But that's what the fans want. Yeah. Are you sure it's Shane Black and it's not Ryan Johnson making this movie? Not excited. And it sucks. It pains me to say that.
And it's got like a kid in the beginning. I don't remember a kid being in a Predator movie, not to be like ageist.
Well, Requiem or something like that, I'm sure did. One of those other ones, Aliens versus Predator, and those stupid ass B movies.
And then there's just too many people, too much going on, too much.
It doesn't need to be that difficult.
I mean, really, what is after one? Really, is there a really good Predator movie? Maybe
Predator 2 is good. I like that.
When's the last time you watched it, though?
I'll tell you what. I have watched it more recently than you could imagine. Probably. I actually like that movie. It's darker. It's weird to say, but it's darker to me. It's like a more twisted movie, and it's just weird.
Well, it's because it's in the city, and it's like.
But
that's one of those like the rival ganglands
and
like stringing people up by their entrails and stuff.
And
yeah,
Gary
that was
Busey,
pretty dark.
Gary Busey was like the agent.
Felt like
for
a
the
Hellraiser
government.
movie or something.
Right.
Kinda.
It was a weird, but it still had Predator, and he had his cool little gadgets. I mean, he did all that stuff.
But he's like in the city, and it just didn't feel like, I don't know.
But he was hidden.
I like that lonely feel like they got in the jungle.
That's true.
Which is like you just getting Darrell back.
What happened? My mind just erased. Welcome to Cyber Lunch, a weekly pod. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're just getting picked off like one by one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
That's what I like about it. Same with like what they messed up with the Alien movies.
Here's my.
It's like, no, you're just alone in space with 6 people, and you're going one by one dying, and you need to stop it.
Yep.
Don't
have a twist. You don't have to have
now we're exploring its creator. And,
you don't need a crossbreeding thing. You don't need any of that stuff. How about this for a Predator movie? If you wanted to reboot this thing, another Predator comes back to the jungle where the original Predator died to recover something that was there, right? Because Arnold just jumped on a freaking helicopter in '86 as soon as it nuked itself, right?
I'm out.
And it could come back, and he could be part of like the elite
He's picking
team
up
now.
some info from the disc or something.
Right.
And
then all of a sudden, Arnold's team, old Arnold, has a new crew now, and they monitor all the time, and they pick up the signal, and they go back to the jungle. And that's all you got to do.
Took you 5 minutes and $0 to make that idea.
That was off the top of my head.
It's already better than what the trailer is touting.
Right, exactly. And I did it, I think, in less than what the trailer was. Trailer was like 2 minutes and 15 seconds. It's not that difficult. Ask me how they should fix Star Wars. Next.
No, we don't. Yeah,
how about
that's
Jurassic
a whole
Park?
episode.
I saw that trailer too, and Eno was just like, "What the hell?"
Well, like you said, that's like my Star Wars. It's just I've hit my limit. I was excited about Jurassic World because I'm like, oh dang, they're trying it again, and then I'm just like, it was okay, but not enough to do it again.
No, especially don't team up with a dinosaur now. It was bad enough when you were a dinosaur talker. Now you're teaming up with a go get him Blue. Like, what the fuck is happening? Ugh. Yeah. And then just put on the music and show Jeff Goldblum. And everybody claps and cheers and goes to the movie.
Yeah, just show Jeff Goldblum like sitting in a chair for 45 minutes. Yeah. I watched a thing of him quoting classic video game lines the other day for like 2 minutes. Nice. It was hilarious.
I watched. Did you see the Game Informer interview with him for the Jurassic Park game? That's like the PC.
Now
game.
Is that like another like build your own Jurassic Park sim?
Yeah, it's a park.
That's
sim.
another thing. Stop.
Yeah.
Give me something else.
Well, he did his voice to it, and a Game Informer here from Minnesota. I got to go interview him. The guy was like, it was a trial to get through this interview. Like, but I held it together. Like, I had to keep steering him back onto the.
Does he just like go off the cuff and just is super random and weird?
And you watch it, and he shakes his hand at the end. He's like, "It's been a pleasure, Mr. Goldblum." And he's like, "Oh yeah," and he grabs his hand to shake it. And he's like, "Ooh, your hands are that's very nice. They're a perfect balance of moisture
he's just, like,
and
always on
moisture and texture, and that's nice. What hand lotion do you like?" It keeps just going on and on, but he's awesome. Anyway,
no, if I could meet, he's like my top 5 people I wish I could.
Oh,
meet.
for sure. I would love to have just sit and have a cup of coffee with that dude. Like have a breakfast.
No, you deserve to give him like a bourbon or something.
Well, or like having. I can imagine sitting in Italy having dinner. Like overlooking something with
eating
him.
with him would seem,
like just and just having dinner and conversation, or like at a long dinner table at night with candles and some wine, or like that whatever rich people do. I don't know. Anyway,
oh, you like this? Oh, is this your thing?
Real quick again, I saw Infinity War again, and I'm happy to say that I liked it just as much the first time as I did the first.
So you didn't like be like, oh, that's kind of cheesy,
nope.
or
nope. The only thing that
doesn't work, or there's a plot hole, or
no. The only thing that dragged for me was.
Is this spoiler free for anybody who?
I'm just some of the Vision stuff kind of dragged for me.
I felt like that was the weakest, and it always was.
But how that ended was brutal and epic. But also the lack of stakes in the whole thing.
The lack of steak?
Yeah, not steak like meat, but like stakes.
Oh, steaks.
Yeah,
I get it.
Like that kind of thing. Like who know?
Isn't it like the ultimate stakes?
Hopefully, if they're doing it right, I guess we'll see.
Oh, okay.
In the next one, that's what I'm saying. If they do it that way, where it's like, holy shit, like everything that happened legit happened, that's epic in my book.
Okay.
So, sounds like a waterfall in here.
Yeah,
also.
that's a really mighty fan you have here.
I don't think that's a fan. I shut it off. There's something overflowing. Anyway, so it was really good. I love that movie. I think it's great. But Black Panther, I think it's down there with me with Ant-Man and Thor 2 and.
Well, it is like a
kind of like down there.
It's a side kind of. I don't think they expected to make the money they did from it. I think people were just so hyped up for Avengers that they're just like, we'll take anything at this point. I think it's going to be maybe half. It's not going to be nearly as much as Black Panther did, but I think you're going to see a lot of that blow over with the next Ant-Man movie too. Just people being like, oh my god, I saw Avengers, I can't wait to see this next one, I'll take anything I can get.
Yeah,
Ant-Man Wasp is out.
Maybe little hints in there what is going on. Yeah.
So I think you'll see it's not going to make like nearly the money either of these made, but I think Ant-Man will probably make a good buck. Just because
people loved Ant-Man. I wasn't too crazy about it. It was okay.
Funny, but it was almost too funny.
It was okay. It was just like that line of just okay. It was an okay movie. It was good enough. It was fine. I was sat through it.
It's kind of when the Marvel superhero fatigue started kicking in for a lot of people.
Yeah. Well,
This was the shot in the arm that it needed right when they're going out.
I am looking forward to Captain Marvel, though. I'll tell you that. I wasn't looking forward to that movie until we watched Infinity War.
And then when is that? Next summer?
No, it's coming out before. Well,
it has
March.
to come out before March. I
can probably look it up here on this computer machine.
Maybe it'll be a fall movie.
Probably. I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm excited for it though. I didn't think I would care about that character at all.
That's a pretty good lead-in that they did for that.
Yeah, we'll see what it says here for release
Help me,
date.
Captain Marvel. You're my only hope.
Yeah, and Captain Marvel supposedly is one of the most powerful characters in
Yeah, she's basically
the
like
MCU.
Marvel's Superman.
More powerful than
Superwoman.
Superman, apparently. Yeah, it's a superwoman. I don't know if 2019 it says, so spring maybe. Maybe just leading into Infinity War. That'd be sick.
And that says March 2019. And
Well,
then-
that's when Infinity War is supposed to come out. So
maybe it'll be like at beginning of the month, end of the month. That'd be
that'd be cool.
That'll be really interesting. I mean, because that's, you don't want to take any money from another movie, and you think they want. I don't know. That'd be a weird.
Maybe they don't, I don't think they actually have it's Brie Larson. Do you know who she is?
No, but I remember hearing a lot of people talking about her and saying that she's a good cast, at least.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Aesthetically for it.
It doesn't look like
She
they
looks
have
the
too
part.
much going on about it, but I don't know. Anyway, why don't we take a break? I'm gonna pull Darrell's thing and be like, should we take a break?
Oh, do you feel about a break, huh?
What do you think? We got to do it. We got to do it.
All
Thanks.
right. Okay. All right. I'll be back. Okay. Bye. Welcome back. We are back from a well-needed break.
Nice little sip and break. Yep.
Oh yeah, fresh beer.
It's chilly outside, man.
Yeah, I know. Enjoy it though. We aren't gonna get it. It's nice sleeping weather, but not much else.
Well, don't have to have an AC bill yet. Anyway.
True.
So.
Yeah, I don't have a heating or an AC bill right now.
No, not really any bugs or anything.
No, that's one thing I'm enjoying is no mosquitoes.
Yep. No bee.
That's really it. Just actually, I take that back. I've already had yellow jackets or wasps or hornet or whatever it is.
Already sniffing out your place?
Yeah.
Probably coming back behind your satellite dish.
Oh, that's right. That is where it was last year.
Yep.
Because the first year they were on the deck. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kill them bastards before they start. Otherwise, I can't.
Welcome to Cyber Exterminators, where we talk about your latest past problems.
Anyway, coming up next month.
One big part of summer.
Big time for gamers. For news-wise, E3 is coming.
Was that like June 12th or something? Yeah. Something like that.
Of course, I didn't look it up.
It's like the second weekend in June, I believe.
Yeah. And this is when you get all the news.
It was really quiet last year. I remember being lackluster.
Yeah, there wasn't much.
And like all the good trailers were like ones that were like, well, that's too far out to really get excited for it.
Well, it was a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's like 3 years down the line.
Yeah.
Like what's coming and
But I
everything
think
else.
this year they're gonna have to make up for a lot of that. I think there's gonna be a lot of surprises or like new things. Like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Well, Xbox hopefully will have a bunch of those.
Yeah, I think Microsoft is gonna have to try and hit it out of the park.
Yeah, they have no real
exclusive
true exclusive games. I mean, what are you going to do, another Gears of War? What are you going to do, another Halo? Yeah.
Well, I think you're gonna see them do probably one, if not both of those.
Yeah.
Again, because they just need to appeal to that base again, and they need to get those people excited. And if it's good enough, maybe it'll do the trick.
Well, Crackdown's
like you said,
hovering out
Crackdown.
down.
I think Crackdown 3 is gonna be a lot better than 2 as well. I'm kind of.
We'll see it.
We'll for sure see Crackdown. I know.
If it even works. Because it was supposed to be cloud-based for graphic-wise and processing and everything else, and that kind of collapsed around the planning of the game. So, but the Xbox One X is out. I think that's the only thing.
4K is here, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's keeping Xbox in the game anyway. So, I mean, Anthem, they're promising. That's Xbox, I believe, exclusive.
Is it?
I believe so. I think it's BioWare. I could be wrong. You can tell me, Helmer, if I'm wrong. But I believe that's an exclusive game. And then there's the big tentpole games that we know for sure. There's Division 2. Spider-Man's coming in September.
That needs to come faster than it already has been.
Well,
I can't believe that's out already.
What's that?
Spider-Man.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
I mean, think of all the perfect opportunity you have right now.
Yeah, that's
Avengers
true.
And
well, but it'll be like that good middle point.
I'm just
until the
jealous
next
because I love the old Spider-Man games and I don't have a PlayStation 4 and I just want to play it.
The only one I like Spider-Man 2.
2 is the best. I remember climbing to the top of the Empire, taking like the whole 2.5 minutes it took, getting to the tippy top of the antenna, and then just free falling.
Yep.
And either hitting the ground or
swinging
at the last minute.
I like Shattered Dimensions. That was a good one.
I remember you saying that last time I was here off the air. That one was really weird because it was like you had this Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Man 2099, and
Yeah, it was all the different from
and it
different
kind of
eras.
just like jumped in and out. Like
Yeah.
it was like a fractured universe kind of thing,
Yep.
right?
Time travel kind of thing.
Yeah, and that was recent. Was that
Well, it was
360 maybe?
yeah, it was a little while ago. That was 10 years
That
ago.
one was
probably.
okay. Yeah.
We know for sure we'll probably see more from Last of Us, which can't come fast enough. I hope
You're
they don't.
gonna have to get a date on that. Or at least
yeah.
like a 2019.
Yeah, or spring, or
yeah,
isn't
like
it supposed to come
seasonal
out spring? I think it's spring. But
I don't know.
anyway, there might be another Resident Evil in the mix. People are talking.
I read somebody say that they were like, they need to, because they're gung ho about doing all the remakes, and somebody was saying they need to do a remake mashup of 2 and 3 together, and I was like, ooh, that'd actually be kind of fun.
See, I didn't like Nemesis, so
Oh, I did.
you know.
Oh, he frightened the hell out of Star. Yeah.
New Tomb Raider is coming. We just
Yeah, dude,
watched
that
the trailer
trailer
for
was
that.
sick, man.
Anthem, they're saying now is next year or this year for sure, I believe. So, but they don't have a specific date on it. Bethesda's got a new game coming out called Starfield. That's the Fallout guys and the Prey guys and the
Starfield?
Wolfenstein
So it's like a
guys.
space
But
kind
it's
of
like
thing?
a space version of that. So we'll see what's going on with that. What else? Anything else that you see catch your? I just see George Costanza smoking there when he's trying to break up with the. This wasn't the page. Oh,
Well, I know we were talking about Cyberpunk 2077 too.
Yeah.
That's something that's not like supposed to be, but I know there's a lot of people saying like it's about dang time. Witcher's been out. They haven't been doing anything.
I'm super pumped for it.
That was 5 years ago.
Yes, yeah, it's going on 6.
I mean, jeez.
So hopefully we get a date on that. That's the Witcher guys, but it's in a.
I hope that
Cyberpunk.
Serious Sam trailer was for real because that looked fun.
It was a.
How hard is
official-
it to make a Serious Sam game too?
Well, that's true. It looked like it was more work than what somebody. It looked less work than somebody would do to fake it. Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2, I'm getting pumped for.
That's Ubisoft too, isn't it?
Well, I think they might be. I don't know if they're developing it though. Yeah, that was a good game, and I'm excited to see what they would do. It's been so long since I played that.
Like I said, Division 2. All the DLC for Far Cry, I'm sure will be shown.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dip into the multiplayer on that in the arcade and stuff now that I've beat that single player and kind of see where that.
Now,
That's a developer we haven't heard from in a long. That's a developer I
So,
haven't heard in a long time.
right here on my screen, I'm circling a big old thing that said Mortal Kombat 11 new reveal E3.
Yeah, NetherRealm's been
It's like,
quiet
oh
for.
yeah. I mean, Injustice was 2 years ago already.
Was that the last one that they did?
Injustice 2.
Yeah,
Yep.
I suppose.
A new Mortal Kombat will be the shiznit. That's my stuff.
It's about time because they
Yep.
usually do like Mortal Kombat something else.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat something else. At least the past, in the modern generation.
Dude, if
So-
I could see a Mortal Kombat with these God of War graphics I'm looking at.
Dude,
come
it would look
across,
amazing.
Holy moly.
Especially on the X.
Yeah. Well, and that's where we're gonna get caught up in this whole thing, Justin. Where we're gonna be we're gonna be
Yeah, it
forced,
looks good, but
we're gonna get forced into this, and they're doing it very non-threateningly. Like, oh, these games still work on what you're playing, but then you see something like God of War or what the X could possibly do, like at
Yeah.
that level of graphics, and you're like,
what
yeah,
they do to me is they like give you like a deal. Like that's when I got like that my Xbox One. We went to the Microsoft store and they're like, we'll just give us
we'll just give
that
it to you.
360. You didn't
Yeah.
do anything with that. We'll give you like $150. I'm like, well, damn, okay.
Yep, that's how I got mine too.
So yeah,
So I'll
I
wait
can
till
be suckered.
yeah.
Are you listening, Microsoft?
I want to. So that's the biggest thing from E3 is I want to see what Microsoft's going to do. We know from Nintendo we're going to see Smash Brothers for sure.
Yeah,
And-
probably more Zelda DLC or something.
Something.
For that.
Also,
Kirby's got a game. Metroid, I know,
would be
is
nice,
supposed
but I
to
don't
come
think
out.
it's Nintendo
We'll see.
though. So it's probably going to be more cardboard cutouts for your Labo. It's going to be an expansion pack for your Labo.
For your labor machine.
PlayStation's basically kind of mapped out. Days Gone, maybe. That's that zombie game that they've been talking about.
Oh yeah.
Possibly getting a release date. Like you said, let's see a Last of Us at least like slot where we're gonna kind of look forward to when it's coming.
Yeah,
because that will be
my
my
release date.
that will be my deciding factor on PlayStation 4 purchase.
If there would be anything for you, yeah, that would be it.
That would be it. And then I don't think we'll see anything from Rockstar. I know we'll talk about Red Dead in a second, but
They don't need to.
I want to see some indie
Do
games.
they ever do anything in
Nope,
E3 usually?
not at E3. They do their own thing.
I mean, they really don't need to.
They don't have to. They made $1,800 trillion on freaking Grand Theft Auto 5. So
Yeah,
They
yeah,
don't have to listen to
that's
anybody.
also I don't think we were talking about here. It's like the highest grossing video game of all time, just between game sales and DLC and microtransactions and I mean, geez.
they are talking an Avengers game might be announced by the guys that did the Batman Arkham Knight series, Rocksteady, right? They've been working on something, but it's either an Avengers game or a Superman game. Nobody knows.
Like kind of like an open world style,
Like Batman,
like
Arkham Knight, but with the Avengers, where you could maybe use each character or switch off between characters.
dude, you remember what were those games? I remember it was like X-Men Legends, and then they did man, it was on like the Xbox One, the original one.
Well, they had the Avengers game.
No, it was like we could choose like all your different Marvel superheroes and make like a team, and this is like
Like DC Legends and things like that.
yeah,
No?
but it was
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Maine. All I know is, could you
somebody
imagine?
yell it out for me here.
Yeah,
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Alliance. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, something like that, because that game was bomb.
What about a third-person game like Batman Arkham Knight and Origins and Arkham City? Remember these games?
Absolutely. Yes.
Now, imagine that you could pick Iron Man, Captain America, or whatever for per mission, right? Imagine you come out as Iron Man on the top of your freaking Avengers studio and can shoot up into the freaking sky.
That'd
like,
be sick, dude.
How about if it's multiplayer, where I could be Iron Man flying in from another area, coming down and landing where you're
Remember,
fighting
it's like
guys.
Hulk, like jumping buildings
Yeah.
and stuff, or Thor riding his.
God, that would be sick, man.
That would be super sweet, man. We never thought we'd have a game where you could like drive around the Batmobile through Gotham
Right.
City, and we got it.
Yeah.
So sky's the limit these days. They just gotta have time and money to do it.
Yep. I'm sure we'll see Octopath Traveler. That's that Final Fantasy-esque old gas game for the DS or for the Switch that Darrell's squeezing over. But basically, I just want to see new stuff. I want to see new IPs. I want to see new ideas, and I want to see a lot of games where they're like, "This is a date. It's coming like in 3 months," or "This is available right now." Remember those kind of ones? It's coming right now. Or,
Oh yeah, like
You know.
usually like indie releases or
Yep.
arcade stuff or.
and I'm sure there's going to be a ton more backwards compatibility by Xbox.
I'm down for
that.
all that. I love arcade titles and indie
Yep.
titles and playing old games, and
Yep.
yeah, I don't mind reboots and stuff. That stuff's sweet to me. So.
Speaking of old games, real quick, a Neo Geo Mini is coming, by the way.
Oh really?
Yep. And a Sega Genesis Mini. We already talked about that, but the Neo Geo one
Oh
is coming.
man, I might have to get both of those. Do you think Nintendo's done making minis? I heard
No.
somebody say that they want to make a 60. They're like, I'm going to predict a 64 mini for.
They'll do a 64. They can do a GameCube one. They could do all of those. They really could.
They really could.
And they're just milking it.
Anybody could.
Well, they just said that they're not going to have the arcade is not coming to the Switch. They said that definitively. So there's not going. They're going to sell like.
So there's no way to do your old titles and stuff.
I mean, they'll do it for their online service. You're going to have a certain selection per month, but they're not going to do an actual thing where you could buy each game and play it on there, no matter the digital arcade or whatever.
I got a question here for you that I just noticed online here for E3 predictions.
Shoot.
Do you think that we'll see any word on Kojima's Death Stranding?
I'm sure we'll see another trailer.
I hope so.
I don't think we'll see
Another reason to get a PlayStation.
Yeah, it'll just be another section of a cinema.
Something ambiguous. We go, what the hell is this game
Yep.
about?
There'll be no date. It'll maybe a year. It might be say 2020 or 2019, but I'm saying 2020 probably before we see that.
Yeah,
game.
just don't get your hopes up anytime soon.
I'm super excited. Don't get me wrong, because he's like got the leash is loose on him now. He's doing what he wants to do.
Yeah, he's not under any sort of
Right. And how long did Phantom Pain take to make? It took like 6 or 7 years, and it wasn't even finished when it was done. Like, he wasn't even finished with the story before they split ways. They just rushed it out after that. So imagine how long he's going to take doing this frickin' thing. It might be a 10-year game. You never know. He's a weirdo.
Well, they're well on their way.
He can do whatever he wants. No, weirdo in the best sense of the word.
Well, yeah,
But
eclectically artistic.
yeah, I'll tell you what I wish I would see at E3. I wish I would see a Max Payne game, but that won't happen.
Yeah, that would be sweet to see another one or something to that style at least.
Yep. I wish I could see a new. I just do a complete blank. A new Alien game. Something really good.
Yeah, that'd be another untapped market. I feel like it's a good time for. That was the game that made me buy the one.
Isolation.
When I got that. That was the first game I bought, and I beat it, and I was like, holy crap, that was great.
God, I'm drawing a complete blank. I was just thinking about it the other day. Well, we're getting Division 2. I'm excited for that.
Another one I remember seeing on here, I just remembered, was that new, there's probably going to be some word on the new Metro game, Exodus.
Oh, yeah, Metro.
That looked really good. That trailer, I like that one.
You're a Metro fan.
I don't know, it's just a good feeling, man. Like we were talking about earlier, with like just the less people, the more isolated you feel. And just
Atmosphere.
Really, yeah, it's all atmosphere.
It's a game you put the headphones on and don't talk to anybody.
And then they give you like 5 bullets.
Yep. And you have to make the rest
And
of them.
you can't breathe.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
I was thinking about that as I was playing God of War the other day, and I just had my headphones on. There was no live going. There was no notifications popping up on my screen telling me somebody
That's
just
nice.
came
I've turned
on.
that off recently, like people logging on or
Yeah.
sending you.
And it's
or the biggest hack is you just go offline and nobody knows you're there and nobody can send you anything. And
right.
then
That's why we never game.
It's silent. Well, actually, I just never turn on my Xbox.
Well, it's a shame, but it's God of War. You need to do yourself a favor and play it at least some point. Get Darrell to borrow you that because it's amazing.
Is it more like 3 or is it more like 1 and 2?
No, it's like Tomb Raider, but lore, like crazy god lore. It's awesome, and it's in all Norse mythology.
That's
It's
what
freaking awesome.
it's got me on.
And
Does it really kind of rely on that? Is there a lot of?
Oh, it's crazy. I don't
Yeah.
want to say nothing because you haven't played it, or the people out here. I mean, I could tell you, but that it won't bother you. But if nobody has played it, there's good little cameos and stuff in the game that it's like, whoa. But and visually, it's astounding. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. And that's just playing on a regular PS4 on my 1080p television. I can't imagine it in 4K.
I got another idea too that Microsoft could do to really kind of revitalize is another Forza game.
Well, that'll happen anyway.
They're about due for that.
Yeah, that just sells what that sells. It doesn't sell systems.
What did they do last? Did they do a Motorsport or Horizon last?
7. So
it's probably
Horizon.
Horizon
Next, yeah.
I really like they've changed that. I didn't like it at first, but it's grown to. I know it's not your style, but
I want to see more fighting games. Mortal Kombat's huge. I want to see that now that I saw
yeah,
that.
you
I
don't
wanna
get
see
the
that.
fighting games we used to get.
I want to see. Well, State of Decay is already coming out, so that's not going to be. Yeah, I want to see Cyberpunk. I want to see stuff with definitive dates. I don't want to see any more things. This is coming 5 years from now. I don't want to see any more of that.
And I
shit.
feel like we're far enough into the generation of these consoles where it's like you kind of know what you're working with. You should be able to. I mean, they're not getting any younger.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Bloodborne 2 is another one. And if I'm seeing a Spider-Man, I'm seeing a Last of Us, I'm seeing Days Gone, I'm seeing Bloodborne 2, I'm seeing Dark Souls 4, and all these other exclusives coming. And well, the Dark Souls isn't exclusive.
I like
Man,
Xbox, but
that's a pretty heavy system seller.
they really gotta. Maybe they'll start giving away X's.
Well, you never know. That'd be cool. I'll tell you one thing though. Still to this day though, Darrell borrowed me this PlayStation to play through God of War, and still using the interface on the system is infuriating. I can't. That's what I was not impressed by it before, and even now it's just like, what? It doesn't make any sense on where you're going in the menu systems and things like that. But once you're in the game, it's awesome.
It takes a second to kind of adjust.
The controllers make my hands hurt though. I noticed that. Just a different size.
I've never really liked the DualShock.
Yeah, it's not
especially the
comfortable.
3.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, it's one of the worst controllers. I don't know why.
Anyway, the other game that I know I'm looking forward to. It's the only game I really care about now
big
this
one?
year. Red Dead 2.
Yeah, they released a trailer a couple weeks ago. I think I might have put it up on the page.
Probably. And I am pumped.
Yeah, man.
It's going to be Rockstar
It's
goodness.
probably going to be closer than it really seems.
October. So it's not, I mean, that's a couple
They
months
may
away.
get a little bump.
This is be the third one, and they never do that. And it says October 28th, and after the trailer, it said that. So
Yeah, true. It did say that.
Rockstar is pretty good about that.
So putting your time off request with your boss
Yeah.
for a month.
You think they're going to do online?
Of course.
You think so? Are they going to leave that to GTA and keep that cash cow rolling?
No.
No? Think they're going to?
No. They're going to have some sort of online they did in the original, in the first.
That's true.
The last.
That's true. I'm excited, man. It's going to be a good,
Yeah, it was a
beautiful,
pretty sweet
open
trailer.
world.
You said it's a prequel to the other one?
Prequel to Red Dead 1.
Okay.
Marsden
about,
is is a younger
Probably like
man.
20 years before or so, maybe.
Well, it's 1899, and I think the other one was 1918 or something like that.
Okay.
No, 1908. It was like 10 years later. So this is like the gang that Marsden came from, the original character protagonist that you play in the original, which still holds up to this day. I saw gameplay on 4K that they up-resed for Xbox One X. Holy cow.
Dude, I wish I had like the time to like redo that whole game again.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
couldn't,
I bought it
would be great.
for like $8 and played it on my Xbox
It's
One.
so
for a while.
emotional, and it's just so everybody in the game's so good. I think about like the characters like all the time. I'm like, oh man, I
Mr. Marsden, that medicine guy.
Oh yeah,
tonic
he kept
guy.
falling.
Yeah.
Or that lady who like nursed you back to health
Yeah.
and like trained you. Annie, I think.
No, it was I can't remember right
Wasn't
now.
it Annie?
I don't think so. Anyway,
Yeah.
no, he said Miss something all the time.
Miss Annie.
No, it wasn't Miss Annie. It was her last name. Anyway, it was great. And then the Undead Nightmare was great too.
Yeah, I never beat that because it was hard as hell.
It was
but
great. I
yeah,
found
it was great.
all the horses of the apocalypse.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing those.
Hunting Sasquatch. Sam Squanch.
Oh yeah, the damn Sam Squants.
Sam Squanch.
Yeah, just the
I'm
moment
excited.
that trailer started, and they're just like guns drawn outside that trailer or that train car,
Yep.
and you just hear that guy like holler, and
Yep.
just like you hear that tone of voice, like, oh damn, it's
We
freaking Red Dead.
we don't want to kill any of you, but we will. Like that kind of thing. Yeah, doing train robberies and stuff. The thing about Rockstar and their worlds, when you come...
Dude, it's gonna be huge.
Well, and it just, their worlds are so realized. Like when you leave the game and you come, like turn off your Xbox and then you come back to the game, it feels like that thing had been going on while you were gone. Like
Yeah.
it's that kind of world. It's crazy how
Yeah.
good those are.
It's always moving.
And we're going to be
Very
seeing it on new
immersive.
hardware. Ooh, man. I guarantee you. Look what they did with Grand Theft Auto 5 on the 360. Look at how good those graphics were.
That's true.
Man.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
That they never start. Yeah, this will be their first completely
next gen.
game.
Oh, I can't
I
wait,
hope.
dude.
I don't know, man. You think they'll get another one out in time on this generation, or probably
6
not?
probably will. Or it'll be a launching point.
6.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, you
probably.
think there's gonna be a 6?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll tell you. Updates. Give me a break. Remind me later. Come on.
Microsoft. Go concentrate on your E3 presentation.
I wonder. Here's what would solve all your Xboxes if you really needed it to. Get Rockstar to be exclusive on.
Can you imagine the
Xbox.
contract money that they'd have to give them
Oh
for that?
man, it wouldn't even make sense for. Well, Rockstar now has made enough money; they really don't care. Like
No.
they could be exclusive and have partnership with them. That'd be crazy, but that'll never happen.
They would have to be.
Never
I mean,
happened.
they'd have to give them like $500 million or
Oh, yeah.
something.
I bet you it'd be over $1 billion. What did what's his face get for LucasArts or for Star Wars? He got $4 billion, right, or $3 billion?
I was about to say, I feel like it was at least billion.
Rockstar, yeah, it'd be a.
Have you seen that Avengers meme of Mickey wearing the gauntlet and he's putting in the Infinity Stones of Fox and Marvel and
Pretty much.
Star Wars and
It's crazy. Isn't Comcast like getting into Fox now too? They bought Fox.
well, Comcast has NBC, Universal, and they're trying to get something else.
Right. So tell me again why my cable has to be $90 a month.
Preach to the
Fuckers.
choir, man.
Yeah, fuckers. Anyway, so I'm excited for E3. It's my favorite time for gaming every year.
Most wonderful time.
Because after E3 is when everything starts ramping up. Shit starts coming out again.
Well, then you start getting the smaller festivals too, and
Yep.
you start getting
Yep.
more news, and it's
Yeah,
just
so
the beginning, kind of.
If you're ever interested in it, go on your Xbox or whatever and stream IGN's app. They always do everything live. Kind of funny. We'll be doing stuff. I mean, all your favorite podcast providers will be live from E3.
Except us.
Well, someday, I'm telling you, man, I might be able. I'm gonna make some calls. I'm gonna see if we can get some.
I'm gonna
press
call
passes.
my people. They're gonna have you people call my people.
Well, I think we might have a good chance.
We're gonna make the greatest deals.
I don't know. I think it might be good. I think we could do it. And I'm gonna get a hold of Mr. Jared Petty too and see if he'll do a phone interview.
The race
with
car
us.
driver?
No, that's Kyle Petty. And
Dude, there's like 50 of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a Jared out there.
it might be Jared. I think it's Jarrett.
Okay, there's definitely a Jarrett Petty out there then, for sure.
Yeah. A John Paul Petty. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I always love E3. I like watching all the stuff live. I like the big news conferences.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like the big video games
well, people go to the
gala.
They go
It's
to
like the
state.
Oscars for video games, kind of.
Well,
except-
they go to the state fair for food. You go to E3 for the games. It's the same thing. That's why you're there.
True.
So, and it's open to the public now. We could go no matter what. We
Oh,
could go.
is it still in LA though? Can you imagine how
No, it's
crazy?
in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's in
It's
San Fran.
way less quiet there.
Well, and way less expensive there, yeah. Less poop there, though, probably.
I can't remember. They're both kind of poopy.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited. There's going to be a bunch of other things. Tell us what you're excited about. We'll mention them too. We'll see if we should do a predictions page.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
what
All
we
you
think.
gamers out there, let us know.
Like your
I'm
top
sure there's
5
something we missed.
Your top 5 predictions for E3, and we'll read them next week. See what's coming, or what you want to see.
Bring it.
Yep. Anyway, what do you want to do for your secret question, Justin?
Well, we're on the topic of video games.
Okay.
This is something I always kind of thought about, like as a kid, that would be really cool. Because like I sucked at games, much I still do. So I always required on the hack of using a cheat code.
Okay.
So, life's a video game. What is your one cheat code?
Restart button. Oh,
God mode. Oh, I was gonna say
no.
God mode is
God
not
mode. No, I don't want God mode. Oh, that's a good question though. Cheat code to get through some. Oh, I know.
And I mean, the sky's the limit. Your ideas only go as far as your cheat code knowledge.
I want a cheat code to bypass the fucking credit system.
Yeah.
That's what I would want.
So just basically an unlimited money hack kind of?
No, just to make it easier to straighten shit out. I mean, it like literally you can.
Has there ever been a game that has debt in it? That's
not real debt because you don't give a shit.
E3, come on, Debt
Yeah.
the video game,
Debt
come
the
on.
video game. Debt. It just says debt, and it has a guy's like frowny face, just like with a gun in his mouth.
Just a black cover with red font.
It's a character that walks around, and whatever you're doing in the game, he walks around with just a revolver in his mouth. Anyway, I would like that because you can like legit, you can fuck your credit up in real life like overnight, but it takes you months and months to fix it. So it'd be nice to have a cheat code where you could just be like bypass the stupid little things that drop it for no reason whatsoever other than to keep you down or whatever. I think
That's
that would
a
be.
good one. I like
I think
that
that would be, or the banking cheat code where you could like for stocks and shit like that. It'd be like, you can get the little.
It's like
tip.
GTA cheat codes.
It would
GTA
just turn,
always had the best cheat codes.
your little bar would turn red a little bit when you were supposed to pick that one because it had a cheat code.
Your controller would rumble maybe.
Oh, what was that?
The lockpick, basic mini game.
Everything other than that is like, I don't know. When you're talking about life,
What
it's
about
like,
tank spawn?
Oh, if we're gonna get that crazy,
Well, I mean, like I said,
I could spawn a helicopter. Like,
I'm talking about, like I said, the cheat codes are as unlimited as your knowledge.
I was
gets,
thinking
man.
more like Game Shark, like when you'd put it in and it would just give you a buff in what you were trying to do.
Oh no, man! I'm
I'm thinking
like,
older. Okay. Well, what's yours? You do yours first. I'll think about mine.
Well, my initial kind of one was like, basically, I would call it like New Game Plus, like just and like what you said, basically restart.
Yep.
But the same.
But you had all the experiences.
I have
before.
all my swords. I have all my all my perks are maxed out.
All your clothing options are already done.
I've met everybody, completed every task.
Yep.
We're gonna start over and gonna own it. I'm gonna blow the minds of everybody.
Yeah, restart. Yeah, where you could go back through with it and be like, "Oh, I had that shirt like 20 years ago. That's cool now."
I
Fuck,
mean,
check this out.
yeah, and kind of like you said, you can play other things too. Just knowing what you know.
I think if I could spawn a boat at any time,
That'd be sick. I didn't think about
that's
that
mine.
one.
Yep, I think that's mine. Any place I'm at with water,
That'd
just
be
like,
sick.
boop.
You're just like, oh, I
Boat.
see a lake. All right.
Yep.
Boat _ spawn.
Yep. with full weaponry on top.
It's just like a minigun on the back,
Yeah.
just 50 cal.
Hey Justin, which one do we want? Do we want the club cruiser or do we want the war machine? Which one do we want?
Do we
here?
want speed or do we want just velocity?
No, I think a boat one.
Veracity.
I think the boat one, because then you could go wherever you wanted to.
That is perfect.
And you could be
for
any
you.
kind of boat you wanted. So if it was ocean, you could be an ocean liner, just be like boop.
That's
With a
perfect
full
for
crew
you, man.
already working on it, like it is in the video game. Like when you spawn in a bigger thing where there's going to be NPCs, you'd have like a pilot or your captain and shit, and you're just on for the ride. Yep. Yeah, that's a good question. I like that. What would your guys' cheat codes be?
Yeah, there's a lot out there, man. Especially
Eric's
in
would probably be unlimited beer, unlimited season tickets to the Vikings or something like that.
Sounds like the worst cheat code ever.
Well, no, I could.
Or like unlimited babysitter.
The worst one ever would be the Packers.
Yeah.
Thing. But
whatever.
Whatever. Did you get new toilets in that place yet?
Says the guy with the Metrodome for 20 years.
Hey man, I'm not sticking up for the Metrodome. That thing was a
Well,
big
good,
inflatable.
it's not here anymore.
That was a big inflatable toilet for years, man. That thing was bad when I was a kid. So you ain't hearing me freaking complain. And I'm not bragging about Vikings either because I haven't even been to that stadium yet. So, yeah, we can
Getting
wrap
full?
it up. I think so.
All right.
Hopefully this haze will clear next week. And
Yeah, we need Darrell back so we can
Yeah.
at least hit an hour of content.
Nah.
We need him
It's
to
okay.
banter.
Well, there's not really much to talk about. Wait till after E3, man. That's when everything's going to
That's
blow
true.
up. And all the fall
That's
movies coming and everything else. There's a bunch of stuff coming. It's just a slow time.
We're always
What are you
open
gonna
to
do?
ideas too. We want to hear from you, Cyberbots. You can always email us at cyberlunch1@outlook.com. Feel free to contact us on our Facebook page. Just search Cyberlunch. You can also go to the YouTube page if you're checking out the videos, which you obviously are if you can hear my voice. Hit like. What did Darrell say?
Subscribe.
Darrell said hit the microphone.
The bell.
The bell is that
Yeah.
is
It
that
doesn't-
what kids are doing now?
Yeah, you just subscribe and hit the bell. So
Comment, too.
It's a way
Let us know.
because YouTube's ripping people off. They make one more step to whatever. Also, we're gonna have our spoiler cast for Avengers: Infinity Wars. So watch that this weekend. Get caught up because Monday it will be out. Monday, all the artwork will be done. I got halfway through doing it and turned my computer off, and it did not save, so I had to start over.
Thank you so much.
So it'll be all done by Monday. So get that thing watched. That'll be 2 weeks out, and then listen.
Yeah,
listen
if
to
you haven't
it.
seen that damn movie, go see it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's talking about it.
It's way worth your time. So, other than that, I think I'm stuffed.
All right.
I'm so full I have to poop.
All right. Well, we better leave this table.
Okay.
All right. We look forward to hearing from you guys.
Wash your
and we'll
hands.
see you again next week for another lunchroom discussion. I'm Justin.
Jake. And
Darrell disappeared. We are Cyber Lunch, and we are all out. So, what do you think?
I'm saying, well,
Vegas.
Vegas. I'm saying,
Does he want to name?
probably.
Fishing opener.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, I was gonna go on Sunday, but I'm not gonna.